I was in solitary confinement for about a year. Ask me anything. I stabbed a guy in prison, in self-defense. Were you ever sitting in solitary when something struck you as funny, so you just started laughing really hard, and then immediately considered whether or not you had gone crazy? A few times actually. Did you often find things funny? I would imagine that you would find things so depressing that you'd find it hard to have a sense of humor. Also, laughing would feel like defeat for me. Did you feel like staying strong to yourself by constantly remaining focused? It's really not that bad. I would laugh at things I thought of when I was bored. There is nothing to focus on. It is really like being in a box by yourself for a long period of time. What was the most shocking thing to happen in the world that you didn't figure out till you got out of jail? Bluetooth headsets. I thought everyone was talking to themselves. Was solitary confinement like what they portray in the TV movies? A dark room with the only light coming from some gaps in the door gate bust in a slab? Also, as an introvert, I thought I'd actually enjoy solitary confinement as long as I get books and paper and pencil. What do you think about this? Nothing like the movies. The place was actually clean and well lit. The cell was small, bed, desk, sink, toilet, shower that was turned on 3 times a week for 8 minutes. There was a door on the back wall that led to a 12 square foot rec pen. One small window, you could only open it a few inches. I didn't exactly enjoy it, but it wasn't that much worse than regular prison. Honestly, besides not having a computer/internet, my day-to-day life really wouldn't change that much in solitary confinement. How would it be less preferable in any way than regular prison? You can't smoke. There is no one to play cards with. You can't buy your own food, so you have to eat what the prison provides. Also, no TV. You normally get to buy food in prison? Yeah, at least ramen noodles and cakes. Some prisons actually have stoves and ovens for inmates to use, so you can make spaghetti or rice, or cakes. Did you get any books to read, or what? The library card came 3 times a week. Most of the books were crappy romance novels, but sometimes I was lucky enough to get fantasy or sci-fi. Did you try to work out? I only did push-ups. I didn't want to get too sweaty, since they only gave us 3 showers a week. How much time did you do in total? 3-year sentence. What was your original crime? Statutory rape. Describe the self-defense situation. A guy came charging into my cell swinging a chair at me. I picked up a pencil and stabbed him. What thoughts were the hardest to deal with? What thoughts gave you the most hope? Nothing was really that hard to deal with, but the thing that gave me the most hope was that I would be getting out of prison completely a month after I got out of solitary. What happened to the guy who came at you with a chair? How did the other inmates react to you when you got out of solitary? He got 18 months in solitary. They see people get out of solitary all the time. It's no big deal. Also, when they take you out of solitary, they usually send you to a new prison. Which was worse, general population, where chairs be swinging, or solitary where I presume you were safe from violent attacks? Solitary is worse because of the boredom. What was your daily routine like? How did you pass the time? Wake up, eat, read, sleep, do push-ups, eat, write letters, eat, read, sleep, repeat. To whom would you write? Did you have any pen pals outside of your friends and family? I mostly wrote to my mom, my girlfriend at the time, and a couple of the people in my neighborhood. Clock/calendar. I made a calendar myself on a sheet of notebook paper and told time by when the meals came. After I got my radio, I used that for the time. How do you get a radio? Good behavior, or was a family member or friend just allowed to give it to you? If you are good for 90 days, they give you one. How can you not be good while in solitary? Screaming, kicking your cell door, throwing things at the guards when they open the slot to feed you or give you mail. What race are you? White. Did you have any difficulties when you first entered the system with getting right with your racial group? Nope. Went right up to the white dudes and made friends. Which gangs were most represented where you were? Bloods, Latin Kings, Aryan Nation. Did people sell a lot of drugs in jail? Did you become friends with anyone while there? Drugs are everywhere in prison. They are expensive as hell though. I made a few friends, only one who I kept in contact with when I got out. He broke into my house and I haven't seen him since. I never really understood this. Are the drugs simply smuggled in somehow? How do you get money to buy them? Is there some sort of economy/bartering system in prison? People sneak drugs in by either swallowing them and vomiting them up, or by putting them up their ass and pooping them out. Very rarely you would find a guard willing to smuggle stuff in for you. The economy was pretty simple. 12 stamps or a pack of smokes for a joint. $20 in canteen items for 1/4 of a street bag of smack. $50 for a whole bag. $50 would get you a sugar pocket full of pot, a pack of smokes, or a dozen stamps for a jug of hooch. Is it hard to find a job now? Yes. What's your job now? Having a good time? Dude, we have the same boss. Did music go through your mind on a regular basis? If so, did it ever strike you to sing, or whistle, or anything? I often wonder if I would be able to sing or reimagine music after long isolated periods, solitary desert island, being a recluse, etc. I forgot half the words to my favorite songs and laughed at myself for singing the wrong words the whole time when I got out. Did you grow a sick beard? My beard was epic, no mirror to shave. What was it like seeing yourself in a mirror after a year? Strange, I almost forgot what I looked like. Did you stay totally sane the whole time, or did you have hallucinations? Is there a camera in there? Like, are you being continuously watched? I stayed completely sane. The only place there weren't cameras was in your cell. The shut cell, however, has 3. The shut cell is for if they think you are sneaking drugs back from visits. They put you in a cell with no toilet and let you out after you take 3 shots in a plastic bin. They just want to make sure there are no drugs in your ass. Let you out after you take 3 shots in a plastic bin. That could take me up to 3 weeks. Well, they need 3 shots. They don't really care how long it takes, but a panel reviews your case once a week if you are in there for more than 7 days. Were you ever forced to have some sort of sexual encounter? How prevalent is rape in prison? Never happened to me. With all the homos in jail, there is almost no rape anymore. You can just pay a guy a pack of smokes and he will do whatever you want. Not that I ever did that. So are most of the stories I hear about dropping the soap in movies and TV basically BS. Would a Redditor need to worry about this if they were to go to prison? The stories used to be accurate, but then the homosexual population skyrocketed for some reason. As long as you take absolutely no shit from anyone and don't mind fighting a few times to emphasize that, you will be fine. If you fight back, you get respect. How often did you masturbate? A whole hell of a lot. 4 or 5 times a day. Is there a camera on you? Do the guards look in every so often? How do you deal with that? I suppose you just have to not give a shit at all due to the circumstances. No camera. The guards check on you once an hour, so once he walks past you are good for an hour. Could you talk with him? You could ask simple questions, like can I have more toilet paper, or can I have a canteen sheet, but they weren't there to talk to you. What's a canteen sheet? The order sheet for the prison store. How much were you allotted for your stay in solitary? What kind of things could you purchase from the store while there? Did they let you keep any of the refuse, or was that taken away? 50 cents a day 5 days a week. The only things for sale in the whole are stationery items and hygiene items. Did you get Playboys or masturbate to mental thoughts? Imagination. I couldn't handle prison. In the general population you can have porn. Not in solitary though. Did the vividness of your imagination improve vastly by the end of solitary? Yes. I fantasize in HD. Were you able to get visitors? Most people didn't get visits because it was so far away from anywhere. Almost on the Canadian border. Visitors could come to 2 of the 4 visitation periods depending on the last number of your DIN hash. The girl I was with at the time came every weekend. Did your relationship with your girlfriend last the duration of your incarceration? Was she waiting for you when you were released? She stuck by me the whole time, sent me money, letters, food packages. This was when New York prisons allowed people to send you food. I don't know if they still allow it. We broke up right after I got out though. Did you have any communication with other inmates or prison staff? You could yell to the guy in the next cell, but it was hard to hear over the other 1,800 people yelling to the cell next to them. Where do the mixed race people go? With whatever they identify most with. But no mixes go with the whites. Except maybe Asian/white. Where do Indian, South Asian kind go? I honestly only saw like 4 Indian guys the whole time I was locked up. Nobody really bothered them. They got made fun of for their accents but nothing physical. What was the proportion of race in there? How many percent white, Asian, black, etc.? 85% black, 10% Hispanic, 5% other. Did you ever make your own wine or something out of fruit in the toilet bowl and ketchup? I read something about it in Maxim. Not in the toilet, in plastic bags. Orange or grapefruit juice, jelly, and bread. Also sugar if you can get it.